Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we are going to have another topic related to your cell biology contents of animal physiology. Today will try to cover topics regarding plasma membrane, its structure, as well as its function. Today's lecture consists of a plasma membrane and its functions, including its chemical composition, structure of plasma membrane, cell permeability with reference to plasma membrane, and then its function regarding active transport, endocytosis, as well as phagocytosis. Plasma membrane is usually the outermost boundary in case of animal cells or those cells which are without a cell wall. But the cells having cell wall like fungal cell, bacterial cell, plant cells, they are having cell wall as an outermost layer, and cell membrane lies inside cell wall. Cell membrane has different names. It has got another name like plasma membrane, plasma lemma, cell surface membrane, or biological membrane. In some specific cells, it is named specifically. For example, in case of neurons, we name it as neurolemma. In case of muscles, we name it as sarcolemma. It has got different names in reference to the cells. Basically, the most accepted structure of plasma membrane, it consists of a fluid mosaic model, which explains that plasma membrane is a bilayer made up of phospholipids, phospholipid bilayer having embedded proteins in it in different forms in the mosaic manner. That's why it is known as fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane. This cross section shows that main constituents, main layers, they're made up of phospholipids, while other constituents such as proteins and carbohydrates or cholesterol, they are suspended in it or attached with it. प्रोटीन्स इसमें जगह जगह मोज़ेक मैनर में अटैच नजर आएंगे आपको, या इंट्रिंसिक प्रोटीन्स हो सकती हैं जो फुली एम्बेडेड है, और देयर मे बी सम पेरिफेरल प्रोटीन which are known as extrinsic protein as well. Intrinsic protein, they are also named as integral one. Cholesterol, as we have mentioned in the previous lecture as well, प्रोकैरियोटिक यूकैरियोटिक के डिफरेंस में भी हमने इस बात को डिस्कस किया कि कोलेस्ट्रॉल यूकैरियोट का स्पेसिफिकली एक फीचर है, और यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स के अंदर ही ये सेल मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर एज अ स्टेबिलिटी फैक्टर नजर आता है. While carbohydrates, they are found in the outer face, outer surface, performing a variety of functions over there, and they act as linked glycan chains, they act as receptors or antigens, or they are the components, important components of glycocalyx और सेल कोट, जिसमें दो कंपोनेंट्स आ जाते हैं हमारे पास. ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स in case carbohydrates are attached to the lipid protein part, or glycolipids when carbohydrates they are attached with the lipids constituents or lipid part of the plasma membrane. This model of fluid mosaic was explained by S. Jonathan Singer in 1972, and as we have mentioned that according to this model, there is a lipid bilayer consisting of embedded proteins as well, जिसमें जगह जगह embedded proteins हैं. Just look at the right side, ये इसकी fluid nature plasma membrane की आपको इसमें नजर आ रही होगी, जिसमें exchange of substances को show किया गया है specifically via proteins. Or being fluid, the membrane is in constant state of flux shifting and changing while retaining its uniform structure at the same time. And the word mosaic, as I have mentioned in the previous diagram, it refers to the many different kinds of proteins which are dispersed throughout phospholipid bilayer in the plasma membrane. These are some important points regarding this model. The phospholipid, they are having one polar and other non-polar end. Polar end is due to presence of phosphoric acid or phosphate group in case of phospholipids, and the tails, which are consisting of saturated or unsaturated fatty acids, they are having R chain of the fatty acid, and that is non-polar. और हाइड्रोफोबिक वाटर ड्रेडिंग एंड। अगर प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन में हम देखें तो जाहिर है सेल के इनर साइड पे आउटर साइड पे वाटर होता है, और वाटर की प्रेजेंस की वजह से मेरे बच्चे आउटर और इनर साइड पे आपको इसके फास्फोलिपिड हेड्स नजर आएंगे ओरिएंटेड आइदर ऑन द आउटर साइड और इनर साइड, जबकि टेल्स जो कि हाइड्रोफोबिक है, वाटर ड्रेडिंग है, दे आर ओरिएंटेड टुवर्ड्स ईच अदर। दिस ओरिएंटेशन इज नॉट ओनली फॉलोड बाय फास्फोलिपिड, बल्कि प्रोटीन और उसके अंदर मौजूद अमाइनो एसिड्स भी इस ओरिएंटेशन को फॉलो कर रहे होते हैं। प्रोटीन्स का मिडल पार्ट भी ऐसे अमाइनो एसिड्स से मिलकर बना होगा विच आर नॉन पोलर हाइड्रोफोबिक, और जो अपर और लोअर जोन है प्रोटीन का, अपर और लोअर पार्ट, दैट इज आल्सो मेड अप ऑफ हाइड्रोफिलिक अमाइनो एसिड्स और पोलर अमाइनो एसिड्स। Second point is about cholesterol, which is specifically the eukaryotic structure, and they are embedded in the interior of the plasma membrane. As you can see in this diagram, as we've already discussed, cholesterol is deposited on the interior side, inner side of the plasma membrane. It makes the membrane less permeable to water-soluble substances and more permeable for lipid-soluble substances. In addition, the relatively rigid structure of the cholesterol, it helps to stabilize the membrane. That's why we say eukaryotic cell membrane is relatively more stable as compared to prokaryotic cell membrane. The next point is about membrane proteins, which are individual molecules attached to the inner or outer surface. They may be completely embedded in it or may be peripherally present with the plasma membrane. Some intrinsic proteins, they are linked to sugar protein markers on the cell surface, which are making glycoproteins and acting as cell receptors or cell antigens. On the other hand, other intrinsic proteins, they help to remove ions or molecules across the membrane, and still others attach the membrane to the cell inner side, inner scaffolding, that is skeleton, cytoskeleton, cell skeleton, or to various molecules outside the cells. ये हमारे पास different proteins इसमें embedded नजर आ रही हैं, which are mostly globular proteins, or they are performing a variety of functions over there. Sometimes they are acting as enzymes, sometimes they are acting as receptors, channels, or pumps. As far as carbohydrates are concerned, when they unite with proteins, they form glycoproteins, and when they unite with lipids, they form glycolipids. Glycoproteins and glycolipids. Surface carbohydrates and portion of the proteins and lipids which are connected to these carbohydrates, they make up cell coat or glycocalyx as shown here. ये हमारे पास glycocalyx इस diagram में नजर आ रहा है. And the glycocalyx is important as far as cell-to-cell recognition is concerned, or cell communication is concerned, hormonal communication is concerned, because as I've mentioned, these complexes, they are cell surface markers or cell antigens sometime, and acting as receptors for receiving various substances including nutrients as well as hormones. Cell membrane, it performs a variety of functions. Most important is it regulates the flow of material inside and outside the cell. It also separates the cell into two compartments, outer and inner. It separates various organelles within the membrane, but that is known as endomembranous structures or endomembranous system. Provide a large surface area to which specific chemical reactions can occur or substances can be exchanged. There's also site for receptors containing specific cell recognition or identification markers, as we have mentioned about carbohydrates and their functions. इस diagram में भी आपको बेटा ये different molecules की movement नजर आ रही होगी across the plasma membrane. The function of cell membranes, the ability of plasma membrane to let some substances in and keep others out, is called selective permeability, and is essential for maintaining cellular homeostasis. That's why plasma membrane is known as functionally, partially, or selectively permeable membrane, and it helps in the maintenance of homeostasis as well. However, before we can fully discuss how substances pass into and out of the cells, we must know how the molecules of these substances move from one place to the other. There are various processes by which substances move into and out of the cells, which we're going to discuss in the upcoming slides, including diffusion, facilitated diffusion, osmosis, filtration, active transport, different types of endocytosis as well as exocytosis. And we'll discuss in detail in the upcoming slides with examples as well. Simple diffusion means movement of molecules from area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration. As you can see here in this case, a sugar cube is being dispersed or dispersing in the water with the process of diffusion. किसी भी गैस लिक्विड या फिर आप सॉलिड मॉलिक्यूल्स की मूवमेंट की जब बात करते हैं फ्रॉम हायर कंसंट्रेशन टू लोअर कंसंट्रेशन, तो उसको हम डिफ्यूजन की टर्म्स में यूज कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल डिफ्यूजन ऑफ गैसेस across the cell surface membrane, oxygen gas high concentration से low concentration into the cell move कर रही है, just look at the right side, और जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस होती है वो आउटसाइड मूव कर रही होती है. That is the example of diffusion. लिपिड soluble substances बड़ा easily लिपिड बायलेयर को क्रॉस कर जाते हैं, जबकि वाटर soluble substances को या पोलर substances को सेल मेम्ब्रेन क्रॉस करने के लिए चैनल प्रोटीन्स की जरूरत पड़ती है. चैनल प्रोटीन्स के थ्रू वो गुजरेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल, you have studied in case of nerve impulse that sodium ions they diffuse in during active membrane potential or action potential. तो भी हमारे पास डिफ्यूजन की एग्जांपल है. while sometime they move with the help of pumps during resting membrane potential, तो वो आप पढ़ते हैं, वो एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट की एग्जांपल में उसको हम डिस्कस करते हैं. On the left side here, some channel proteins shown, which are involved in the movement of substances. बस एक याद रखिएगा बात यहाँ पे कि facilitated diffusion और diffusion में थोड़ा difference है. Facilitated diffusion में मौजूद proteins, जैसा कि इस डायग्राम में आपको नजर आ रहा होगा, वो molecules को attach करने के बाद facilitate कर रही होती हैं. They are responsible for the movement of molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. लेकिन इसमें जो प्रोटीन्स इन्वॉल्व हैं, दे आर सेड टू बी कैरियर प्रोटीन्स बिकॉज दे कैरी मॉलिक्यूल्स बाय अटैचिंग देमसेल्व्स विद द मॉलिक्यूल्स एंड देन ट्रांसपोर्ट दिस मॉलिक्यूल्स टू द आउटसाइड. These molecules they use facilitated diffusion, which like simple diffusion requires no energy input, but here proteins attachment is involved, or proteins are involved to carry out molecules across the plasma membrane. Here's the difference between a facilitated diffusion and simple diffusion. Facilitated diffusion में आप देख रहे हैं carrier molecules involved हैं, carrier proteins, जिनकी shape change होती है during movement of substances. लेकिन इससे पहले आपने जो simple diffusion पढ़ी थी उसमें substances, ये जो carrier proteins हैं, इनके बजाय channel proteins involved होती हैं, जिसमें substances की जो protein की shape है वो change नहीं हो रही होती. Another important point is कि ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हमेशा सब्सटेंसेस सिर्फ और सिर्फ चैनल प्रोटीन से ही मूव करेंगे विदाउट चेंजिंग शेप ऑफ द प्रोटीन, तो उसे हम डिफ्यूजन कहेंगे. लिपिड सॉल्युबल सब्सटेंसेस एज आई मेंशन्ड दे कैन क्रॉस लिपिड बायलेयर एज वेल विदाउट द हेल्प ऑफ चैनल प्रोटीन्स. तो वो तो डिपेंड करेगा कि पाथवे कौन सा है. प्रोटीन पाथवे डिफ्यूजन के दौरान सिर्फ पोलर सब्सटेंसेस अडेप्ट कर रहे होते हैं, जबकि नॉन पोलर सब्सटेंसेस वो इजीली लिपिड बायलेयर को भी क्रॉस करके डिफ्यूज कर सकते हैं. Well, as far as osmosis is concerned, it is specifically diffusion of water molecules, as we can say. That water moves from area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration through a partially or selectively permeable membrane. In the lower diagram, you can see water molecules moving across aquaporins or water channels, which are more abundantly found in case of nephron cells, nephron epithelial cells. They are abundantly having aquaporins, especially in the descending limb. और जो upper diagram है इसमें भी with the passage of time water molecules की movement को show किया गया. Actually living cells में बेटा water हमेशा follow करेगा salts को. जिस तरह salts हैं water उसी तरफ move करके जाएगा. यहाँ पर भी ऐसा ही हो रहा है कि water salts को follow करते हुए from lower concentration of water molecule, higher concentration of water molecules to lower concentration of water molecules move कर जाता है. और इस तरफ जो है वो लेवल पहले आप देख रहे हैं इक्वल है सब्सटेंसेस का, फिर यहाँ पे लेवल इसलिए ज्यादा हुआ है कि वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स की मूवमेंट फ्रॉम 2 to 1 विद द पैसेज ऑफ टाइम हो जाती है, और इट इंक्रीजेस द लेवल ऑफ सॉल्यूशन in section 1 instead of 2. Here is another term related to osmosis, that is tonicity or tension. It refers to the relative concentration of solutes in the water inside and outside the cell. Tonicity से related हम terms use करते हैं isotonic और isoosmotic. When there is equal concentration of salts on the inner side or outer side of the cell, उसमें net movement molecule की outside या inside zero रहती है. जैसे कि ये हमारे पास डायग्राम 1 में नेट मूवमेंट 0 है आइसोटोनिक कंडीशन में, तो सेल की शेप एज सच रहेगी. हाइपरटोनिक इट रेफर्स टू द एनवायरनमेंट व्हिच कंटेन्स मोर सॉल्ट्स. इट इज आल्सो सेड टू बी हाइपरऑस्मोटिक. हायर सॉल्ट कंसंट्रेशन अगर इनर साइड पे है तो इनर एनवायरनमेंट हाइपरटोनिक होगा, अगर आउटर साइड पे है तो आउटर एनवायरनमेंट हाइपरटोनिक होगा. यहाँ पे चूंकि एनवायरनमेंट की बात हो रही है तो एनवायरनमेंट यूजुअली रेफर्स टू द एक्सटर्नल एरिया. दैट्स व्हाई एक्सटर्नल एरिया में अगर सॉल्ट ज्यादा है, एज यू कैन सी इन द सेकंड डायग्राम, तो मैंने पहले भी आपको बताया कि वाटर हमेशा मूव करता है टुवर्ड्स सॉल्ट्स, तो सॉल्ट्स की तरफ वाटर मूव करेगा फ्रॉम एरिया ऑफ हाई वाटर कंसंट्रेशन टू द लो कंसंट्रेशन. तो एक्सोस्मोसिस की वजह से सेल श्रिंक कर जाएगा इन केस ऑफ प्लांट्स और एनिमल सेल्स. बट अगर आउटर एनवायरनमेंट हाइपोटोनिक है, इट मे कॉज एंडोऑस्मोसिस. आउटर एनवायरनमेंट हाइपोटोनिक होने का मतलब कि इनर एनवायरनमेंट में सॉल्ट्स की कंसंट्रेशन हायर है और वो इनर एरिया हाइपरटोनिक हो गया है. दैट कॉजेस इनफ्लक्स और एंडोऑस्मोसिस ऑफ वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स. और एंडोऑस्मोसिस से सेल क्या हो जाएंगे? टर्जिड इन केस ऑफ प्लांट्स, व्हाइल एनिमल सेल्स दे कैन बर्स्ट. The other types of movements across the membrane, they may involve filtration, as you can observe in case of nephrons at the site of glomerulus. Is a process that forces small molecules to move across selectively permeable membrane with the aid of hydrostatic or water pressure, or some other externally applied force such as blood pressure may help it. For example, in the body of an animal such as frog or other animals, filtration is evident, clear when blood pressure forces water and dissolve molecule through the permeable walls of blood vessels called capillaries. या ह्यूमन के अंदर आपने इसको डिस्कस किया in case of kidneys. Active transport, it involves the use of energy and from lower area of concentration of substances to the higher area of concentration of these substances. This movement against the gradient involves the use of ATP, as you can see on the right side. Is the example of sodium potassium pump, which is commonly distributed in many types of cells, including neurons, which you have discussed in the previous lectures. कि neurons के cross भी ऐसे होता है, 3 sodium ions they are pumped out and 2 potassium ions they are pumped in by the use of 1 ATP molecule. इसमें दोनों substances against the concentration gradient move कर रहे होंगे. As we know that sodium is high in concentration in the outer environment and potassium is higher in concentration in the inside of the cells, on the inner side of the cell. That's why potassium it moves into the cell and sodium it is going to move outside the cell. Such transport is known as active transport and it involves the use of energy or ATP in case of living cells. Endo mean inside cytocell and cis refers to the process. Inward movement of substances is known as endocytosis, usually in the bulk amount across the plasma membrane. ये इंडिविजुअल मॉलिक्यूल्स की मूवमेंट नहीं है जैसा कि ऑस्मोसिस में या आप एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट की दूसरी फॉर्म्स में देख रहे थे. Endocytosis is also a form of active transport and it's a feature of animal cells mainly. There are 3 forms of endocytosis which can be described as pinocytosis is the intake of liquid material, is a non-specific uptake of small droplets of extracellular fluid. And any small solid dissolved in the fluid is also taken into the cell. Pinocytosis, it occurs when a small portion of the plasma membrane invaginates. The open end of the invagination seals itself off. ये देखिए जैसे ओपन एंड है ये वाला, तो ये स्लोली एंड स्टेडीली सील ऑफ कर जाएगा और एक वेसिकल की फॉर्म में कंटेंट्स इनवर्ड मूव कर जाएंगे। अगर ये वेसिकल्स में लिक्विड कंटेंट है तो ये रेफर किया जाता है इसको पिनोसाइटोसिस, और अगर ये सॉलिड कंटेंट्स हो इट इज रेफर्ड एज phagocytosis. Commonly, an organelle called lysosome combines with vesicle for its digestion in case of solid food particles mostly. तो वेसिकल और लाइसोसोम की फ्यूजन के बाद जो स्ट्रक्चर बनता है दैट इज रेफर्ड एज phagolysosome which contains hydrolytic enzymes from the lysosomes. और जब अनडाइजेस्टेड सब्सटेंसेस को रिमूव आउट किया जाएगा दैट प्रोसेस इज रेफर्ड एज एक्सोसाइटोसिस आफ्टर एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस। यूजफुल सब्सटेंसेस एब्जॉर्ब हो जाएंगे और जो सब्सटेंसेस रिमेनिंग सब्सटेंसेस है उनको रिमूव आउट कर दिया जाएगा। Another type of endocytosis is receptor mediated endocytosis, which involves use of certain receptor sites by the attachment for the attachment of molecules, and it involves specific receptor protein on the plasma membrane that recognizes extracellular molecules and binds with it. This reaction somehow stimulates the membrane to indent or move inward and create a vesicle containing selected molecules. ये selected process होगा, जाहिर है वही molecule attach हो पाएंगे जो receptor के साथ complementary हैं, receptor के साथ attach हो रहे हैं. A variety of important molecules such as cholesterol, they are brought into the cells by receptor mediated endocytosis. Exocytosis, we have discussed already the removal of undigested or unuseful substances from the cell. That was all about functions of plasma membrane as well as its structures regarding fluid mosaic model. Thank you so much.